So this is the engine of my EJ1, and it does consume a bit of oil between changes. And I have a leak to chase down. So I'm gonna look for this oil leak and perhaps address that exhaust stud. Yes, this is a ragged out Honda. Well, I don't know where this is going to end up, but I do need to take this off to get a better look at the leaks. So here we go. And rather than removing the oxygen sensor from the exhaust manifold, I'm just going to disconnect it. And now I just go down below and remove the exhaust manifold from the rest of the exhaust. So I'm under here to get at the rest of the exhaust, but this is encouraging that it's not leaking back here, only up front and over here. So maybe the oil pan gasket is fine and it is coming from above, but we'll get to the bottom of it. So I have to take these nuts off. Now I got to remove it from this part of the exhaust, and then it is free. I don't know if it's this way in all of them, but this is a 14 and this is a 12. All right, so that should allow me to take this thing off. I don't know what's going on, but look. I am going to take the valve cover off and see if that hole goes all the way through. I have never seen this. That hole does go all the way through, but it is outside of the seal. So maybe this area is what was leaking. Now that area could be leaking, so I'm going to see if I can find any other clues. I'm checking to see if the cam seals might have been leaking, but it's pretty dry over here. I mean, there's some dust, but nothing that is wet. So it looks like the leak was concentrated up on this front right corner here. So I may look into the flatness of the top side of the head, but maybe I just need to get a better valve cover gasket, or maybe even try coating it a little bit with some RTV. But yeah, it looks to be mainly at this right corner here. While I think about how I'm going to handle that, I'm going to work on removing this broken exhaust manifold stud. So I'm going to try something that's a long shot. I'm going to try to remove this stud with this kit. But to do so, I need to be able to drill that way. And as you can see, I can't get a drill in there. So I am going to try this tool. I don't remember when I picked it up, but it's a 90 degree driver. So I can put the drill in like that and hopefully get enough pressure on to drill it. So I'm thinking I'm going to use that one. This is a long shot, but if it works, I'll be happy. So the way these work is you drill in reverse, because that's the way this tip is set up. And hopefully I can get it to work. It's just wanting to walk now. The exposed part of the stud was uneven, so the drill kept wanting to wander. So I got a center punch in hopes that would allow me to start a straight hole. So I got it going. It's a bit off center, but if I can get the tip to bite, that's all I need. This is such a long shot, but taking the head off would be more than I wanted to do tonight. So I tried to get it out with the extractor and it didn't bite. It just kept spinning in the hole. What the heck, I'm gonna go one size up and see if it works. I went up to the next size in the kit and had exactly the same result. It wouldn't grab, it just spun in the hole. At this point, I was ready to give up and call it quits. I was thinking about taking off the head and even looking for a new one. Oh well, I'm just gonna clean it up, throw it back together so I can work on the Golf. As I was cleaning up the oil from the leak, I had another idea. I had already told myself that I was willing to take the head off and maybe even buy a new one, so I was gonna give it one more shot. So I wasn't recording because I got a bit frustrated and was about to give up. But drilling with the larger drill bit such that I could center it worked. And once it started coming, I said, let me grab the camera. So now I just need to get another stud. Seeing this was a great feeling. The larger drill bit would only wander so much before it hit the walls of the hole. This allowed me to get a good pilot spot started so that I could use the extraction kit properly. This was risky, but it worked. So then I just had to find a stud. The studs I had in my tool bin weren't the right dimensions. So I picked this one up and now I can just screw it in. And this is the exact same lengths as the ones that are already installed. So now when I put the header on, I'll have all the studs present. With that done, I can now direct my attention back to the leaking valve cover gasket. After looking over the head, there is nothing that is obvious as to why it was leaking right here. I had two valve covers. I checked them both for flatness. They were flat. I checked this for flatness. It was flat. So the only thing left is to get an OEM valve cover gasket. Got one on order, but I need to throw this back together so I can pull the Golf back in. So I cleaned up the head and I'm gonna throw on the valve cover. There's a good chance I'll be doing this all over again in a few weeks, but who knows? Maybe I'll have a newly powder coated valve cover to throw on. I swear, every time I do this, it never feels like the torque is enough. But I've already replaced one head because when I bought the car, these were stripped. So I'm just gonna have to trust it. And as ugly as it is, I am gonna throw the header back on. Now I'm gonna go button up the bottom and I'll be good to go. So all in all, I'm pretty happy. Even though I'm still waiting on a better valve cover gasket, I replaced the stud and my suspension isn't squeaking anymore. So I'll call that a good night. If you'd like to see the rest of the things I do with my EJ1 Civic, hit subscribe. And if you'd like to see all the stuff I've already done, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.